Sixth, inverted commas. First, single inverted commas are used to mark the exact words of the speaker. For example, she said, "What is your problem?" Second, double inverted commas are used for emphasis. They may also be used to quote words within a quotation. For example, mother said to Rina, "Your teacher said, I want your child's progress and sent this card." Next, she asked me, "Have you read Hamlet?" Third, inverted commas are also used for the name of story, poem, article, etc. For example, she reads Macbeth. Fourth, to attract the attention to a word or phrases. For example, am is used with the pronoun I. Seventh, semicolon. The semicolon is used for a longer pause than indicated by comma, but shorter than the full stop. It is used where we don't want to break the continuity of thought, as would happen a full stop is used. The semicolon is used first to separate coordinate clauses, especially when a conjunction is not used. For example, wise men love truth, fools shun it. Next, go immediately, they are waiting for you. Second, with words like therefore, however, so, otherwise, besides, and then. They join sentences but are stronger than conjunctions like and or but. For example, she is excellent student, so she has won the scholarship. Third, to separate units when one or more of the units contain commas. For example, distinguish these pair of words: hail, hail, pale, pale, male, male. Eighth, colon. It is used to mark more complete paths than that of a semicolon. The colon is used first before a quotation. For example, she said, "My life will inspire all." Second, to introduce a list of things. For example, there were following items in the bakery shop: cake, pastries, cookies, and pies. Third, to define or describe something. For example, noun. A noun is a naming word. New Delhi. It is capital of India. Fourth, between two sentences that are grammatically independent but are connected by some underlying thought. For example, life is a journey. Each one of us is a traveler. Fifth, in the dialogue after the speaker. For example, "Father, where are you going tomorrow?" Ninth, dash. It is used first to show a break or change of thought in a sentence. For example, "I am sure about one thing. She can't hear anything about her friend." Second, to resume a subject that appears scattered. For example, "I got apples, bananas, and peaches. All were needed for fruit pudding." Third, before quotation. For example, the teacher said, "We must serve our country." Fourth, sometime before explanation. For example, "He lost everything: health, wealth, and reputation." 10th, hyphen. The hyphen is shorter than dash. It is used first in compound words to show a combined meaning. For example, non-violence, self-made, brother-in-law, etc. Second, to indicate that there is a relationship between the words. For example, cross examine, light-hearted. Third, with many compound adjectives. For example, sugar-free cookies, a heartbroken lover. Fourth, sometimes to join a prefix to another word. For example, co-author, coordinate, recount. Fifth, for phrases such as up to date. 11th, parentheses. Parentheses are used to enclose extra information like passing a comment, adding an example, etc. For example, I helped my friend David, my classmate, when I was in Simla. First, we should not put a comma before parentheses, but we may do after the parentheses. For example, Mary ordered 2 scoops of ice cream topped with nuts and raisins. Then shared it with her sister. Second, if the parenthesis enclose a sentence within a sentence, we need not use a full stop unless it completes. For example, she left for the airport on the time. She is very punctual and called me on the way. Third, we may use parentheses to include a date or reference. For example, we have already discussed on this lesson metal and non-metal. Fourth, in written communication, to restate a number. For example, the building has 50 flats. 12th, brackets. Brackets are used first when we need to insert an explanatory word or note within a quotation. For example, students of primary classes 1st to 5th can participate in this function. Second, to insert information into a sentence that is already in parentheses. For example, note that mobiles, purses and handbags of the students will have to be deposited at the counter near the main entrance. 13th, apostrophe. It is used first to indicate the omission of a letter or letters. For example, I am, I'm, will not, want, it is, it's. Second, with s to form possessive of singular noun. For example, Rina's purse, Sony's live show. Third, without s to form possessive of plural noun that ends with s. For example, boys' toilet, ladies' room. Fourth, with s when plural noun does not end in s. For example, children's garden, women's dresses. Fifth, with numbers and letters to make them plural. For example, add 5 fourths and the result is 20. Next, your T's and F's look alike. But if the number is written in words, apostrophe is not used. For example, he hits 2 4ths and 5 6ths. Note: we do not use apostrophe with possessive pronouns like mine, ours, yours, etc.